The question might be asked, what is the church? In fact, in the New Testament, there are about 96 images of the church as written and enumerated by the scholar by the name of Paul Minier, who is a New Testament scholar. In fact, in the book of Ephesians, one of the deepest books that has been written in the Bible, in the New Testament, that really speaks about the church. In it you find a number of those images. In fact, chapter 2 and verse 19, you have the church being described as the citizen of the saints. It's a citizenship. 2:19, you also see it described as the household of God. In other words, it is the church really is about God. It is God's house. You also hear it described in verse 22 as a holy temple in the Lord. And there's another passage that looks at us and says, you are the temple of the Lord. Then another description, the church is a dwelling place of God. So in essence, the church is the people of God. It is not a building now. It is not a facility. The church is people. But not just any people. The church is the people of God. And so, the first week we spoke about the need for renewal. And I gave you all kind of sad and ugly statistics that have been compiled by demographers about how the church is in trouble. And then last week we spent some time talking a little bit more about some of the reasons why the church seemed to be having some problems. But this week we must talk about the church as the hope of the world. The church, the people of God, as the hope of the world. Paul speaks of the church in two ways. He speaks of it as a universal body, the people of God. But he also speaks of the church as a local body, as a local fellowship, like what we are today. Some time ago, Bill Hybels, who was the founder for the Willow Creek Community Church in Chicago, he made this statement. He said the local church is indeed the hope of the world.